NASA contractor is going to study the alien bodies presented at the Mexican UFO hearing. That's right, we have another alien bodies update, so let's dive into it. Get in here, this is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, please share on social media, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Oh, and if you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. See the link in the description below. Okay, here we go. Here is the article from the dailymail.co. Exclusive NASA contractor will reportedly study 1,000-year-old alien corpses presented to Mexico's Congress. Whoa, that's crazy. A NASA contractor is reportedly looking to study the alien bodies that were presented to Mexico's Congress. Jaime Maussan, a veteran broadcast journalist and prolific ufologist who presented the corpses last week, told the Daily Mail that an unnamed third-party contractor has been in contact with him about carrying out a DNA investigation, potentially on behalf of the U.S. Space Agency. Now, it's unnamed and it's potentially, so, this is not as strong as it could be, but still very intriguing. The news comes just 1 week after NASA's top UFO investigator, Dr. David Spergel, was pressed about the purported alien corpses and did not shut them down entirely. Dr. Spergel told reporters, "We don't know the nature of these samples. My recommendation is, if you have something strange, make samples available to the world scientific community and we'll see what's there." And I'm not going to read the whole article, but I will link to it in the description below. Very, very intriguing if indeed this turns out, if this pans out, if NASA or a NASA contractor, whoever that turns out to be, actually studies these beings and is able to authenticate them. Wouldn't that be incredible? Because we have the CT scan now that shows that these beings are intact specimens. They are not cobbled together mishmashes as reported before from the debunking video from Scientists Against Myths. And I have to question that video now and the intention behind it. If that scan is accurate, is that debunking video deliberate disinformation? Is Scientists Against Myths a disinformation outlet? I think that's worth considering and maybe looking into. Now, that's just, me saying that, just throwing that question out there. I'm not throwing shade on Scientists Against Myths, but if these scans are accurate, one does have to wonder. And I'm just throwing the question out there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Oh, and also, apparently, Avi Loeb has expressed interest in these bodies as well. And that's exactly what we need, is people like Avi and potentially NASA to study these things. I have reservations about NASA. They've been covering this stuff up forever, even brutally covering this stuff up. So, can we trust them to do an accurate study of these specimens? Maybe, maybe not. I would trust Avi Loeb a lot more than I would NASA. So, in a way, I hope Avi is the one that studies them, not NASA. Ideally, both. And the more eyes we have on this, the better. Meanwhile, this story is getting attention on mainstream media. At first, it was kind of a laughingstock a little bit, and it kind of made a mockery of the whole UFO hearing in Mexico. But now it's getting mainstream attention. Here's Jesse Waters on Fox. Let's see what he has to say, and let's try to examine the tenor of this piece.
Trace Gallagher, anchor of Fox News at Night, has the latest. Trace.
Jesse, these two mummified bodies are called Clara and Mauricio, and some Mexican doctors say all the evidence points to them being from a different world. The bodies were unearthed in Peru back in 2017 and have been studied by numerous doctors and UFO experts. But a Mexican doctor named Jose Zalce Benitez says, quoting here, "I can confirm that these bodies have no relation to human beings." Now, Dr. Benitez went on to say these bodies were not assembled or manipulated, and that one of the bodies was actually gestating, possibly even carrying eggs at the time of death, and he believes that each of the bodies is made of a single skeleton. Now, that's important because a lot of other scientists and experts, including some from the U.S., believe the Mexican doctors and the UFO enthusiasts are wrong, and that the bodies are made up of a combination of human and animal parts. And they also say that testing proves that some of the mummified parts didn't even die at the same time. Both sides agree the bodies were not recovered from some UFO crash site. In fact, the Mexican researchers say they were found in algae mines and subsequently became fossilized. But this whole back and forth is coming at a very unique time where a list of countries are trying to lift the veil on the history of unidentified phenomena. And the last thing UFO experts want is to get caught up in phony information. We should note that Mexican politicians are considering passing a law that would make Mexico the first country in the world to acknowledge the presence of aliens on the planet. And many of those Mexican lawmakers found that Clara and Mauricio, the mummified bodies, were very compelling evidence. Jesse.
Clara and Mauricio. That has quite the ring to it. What do you have on the show tonight, Trace?
We are going to look at the migrant crisis.
Okay, so there you go. Actually, a very favorable piece from Jesse Waters, taking the issue seriously, and you can see the smile on this fella's face, the other guy, Trace Gallagher, and, in a sincere smile, not a mocking smile. I think that is very important, that mainstream media, at least some aspects of it, are taking this story very seriously, as they should. And that's fascinating that Mexico might officially acknowledge the existence of aliens. Wouldn't that be amazing? Would that be disclosure? What do you think? Would it count as disclosure if Mexico did it? Mexico has a lot of problems, as does the U.S., but would you take it as seriously if Mexico came out with official government disclosure versus the U.S. or the U.K. or France or somewhere? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But it is very interesting that these bodies, some of these body parts may have different dates. They may have come from different sources, possibly. How does that work if the CT scan is accurate and it's one intact specimen? I have no clue. That's why we need more eyes on this, and that's why I'm not willing to say that these are definitively alien bodies and to make a decision on that internally. But I'm still on the fence on this issue, but so far I am leaning in the direction, fairly seriously leaning after that CT scan, of these being genuinely anomalous in some form or another, whether that's a hybrid, whether that's a alien Frankenstein. I have no idea, guys. Let me know what you think. There's also another article on this in howsandwhys.com. Now, Howls and Whys, honestly, they'll report pretty much anything, but at least the story is getting more play, so let's see what they have to say just a little bit. Mexican dead alien bodies are not a hoax. They have humanoid features. On September 12th, yada, 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 the two tiny alien corpses were displayed in windowed boxes for all to see. Skepticism. People are skeptical, of course. A researcher expressed skepticism about some details related to alleged alien corpses and claims made by researchers. Fierro also questions the use of X-rays in determining if the calcified bones are non-human. Masson has done many things. He says he has talked to the Virgin of Guadalupe. He told me extraterrestrials do not talk to me like they talk to him because I don't believe in them. I don't know, maybe he has a point. Vox published an article in an attempt to debunk the Mexican alien mummy case. The article straightforwardly states that these alien remains were likely a hoax constructed using a combination of pre-Columbian human remains and animal bones, all held together with plaster. It further discusses the broader issue of how such hoaxes contribute to a long history of erasing the achievements of pre-Columbian cultures. Not a hoax. Mason's claims regarding these alleged mummified alien bodies are truly otherworldly, causing people to lose faith in this case. However, these specimens possess something genuinely intriguing that is drawing the attention of scientists for further study. Scientists had previously said the bodies displayed in Mexico U.A.P. hearings were generally assembled from human and animal bones. Now, a new study was conducted on 2 bodies and found each of them belonged to a single skeleton. Yeah, and it just goes on, but that is very compelling to me that this study shows they belong to a single skeleton. So how does that fit in with, other studies showing these different body parts are from different time periods or whatever? How does that make any sense? How do these beings make any sense? Apparently their joints don't articulate well. They don't seem to be, they don't seem to have been able to walk or use their limbs to any degree. Their skull is not a llama skull, according to the CT scan. It's one whole skull that has not been altered or sculpted. Now, that is what the doctors who studied these remains have found to date. Now, again, we need more eyes on this. We need more doctors. We need more science done on this. But it does not look like it was a llama skull. It looks like it was an intact skeleton. It has reptilian skin. It's got eggs in the. They have eggs in the abdomen. So not human, even though there has been some human DNA found. These are more reptilian or bird-like beings that seem to be intact specimens. But there's a lot of anomalies that just don't add up. These beings, whatever they are, don't make any sense. And yet, there they are, being annoyingly nonsensical. Makes sense, aliens. Makes sense. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in the comments below, guys. And if you've enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. And if you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. See the first link in the description below. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos to check out on the channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.